Welcome back. Today we will be walking through PickleRick in our part 2 of the TryHackMe series. So I went ahead and joined the room PickleRick, and I have already deployed the machine, and we are given an address of 10.10.151.80. And it gives us the URL to browse to, and we get a web page. And the key task for this challenge is to get ingredients. So first we'll go, listen, Morty, I need your help. Computer burp. Morty, log on to my computer and find the last 3 secrets. The only person. Okay, so we need to log on. So first we will check out the page, view page source. Usually there's good information on actually how the web page is set up, and this is a CTF problem, so a lot of times the creators will place little notes in the source, and so here we can see a note to self, remember username. So we'll just go ahead and make a note of that. Alright, so now we need to find, so we have a username, we still don't have a password, we don't know the login as well. We can try a couple real quick. Admin, log on, log in, and nothing. So we will go ahead and spin up Dirtbuster. And we utilize this tool on the first TryHackMe series. So we will do the URL, increase this, browse, go to user share, wordless, Dirtbuster medium, and add this to text. And we'll go ahead and run this and see if we can get anything pretty quick. Okay, so login.php looks like what it was. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, and we have a portal dot. Let's take a look at what these are. So we have portal, and it looks like it's just a redirect. And we also have a robot, so and we just get that. Okay, so robots is meant for the page not, so pages don't get scraped by like automated services. So what we can do is we can actually try browsing to this directly and see if anything populates. Nothing. Okay, it may just be a like CTF type reference related to Rick and Morty, but we don't have a password. Exploit a web server. Alright, well, that's running. I'm going to go ahead and run a nmap scan on this box and see if we can get a version of the web server. And we'll try logging in. Piece is not working. We'll just try password and invalid password. Okay, so we get back just port 22 and port 80. Go ahead and we can look to see if this web server is vulnerable to anything. Doesn't look like this version of Apache is. This Linux kernel and a Windows application. I almost wonder if this is the password. And that was a password. Okay, so that was just some trial and error. Sometimes that's how CTFs are. But the username we got from the page source and the password was from the robots.txt. It's not, in an ideal world, that would not really be the case, but we'll go along with it for now. And then, okay, so we have commands, only a real Rick, portions, creatures, Beth clone nodes. Okay, so we denied.php. Wonder what. But we still have this. So if we go commands, we do an ID. We do get back some information. So, oh my. So what we can do is go ahead and set up a reverse shell. So pretty much the same steps we took in the first series, actually, just different methods. Instead of uploading a shell, we can actually just go ahead and run a one-liner. We'll go ahead and see if Python is on the box. Change it up. Push Python. Okay, so no Python. We'll go ahead and see Python 3. And there is Python 3. So if we go over here, we can just take this line and change it up to be Python 3. Okay, so we need to set up a netcat listener to catch this callback. We'll go ahead and do 8081. Actually, we'll do 1234. That port is designated in the one-liner. So we'll go ahead and grab this, and we will go verify with the Python 3 with the correct IP and port. And we'll go back here and run execute. And we now got a reverse call back from the web server. So if we go ahead and run a config, we can go ahead and see this is the actual box that we're browsing to right now. Okay, so if we just run an ls, we can see our current working directory is the web server, and we can go ahead and we see these files listed. So we can go, we've already browsed there, robots, we do have this, Mr. Meeseek's hair, super secret pickle ingredient. Okay, so that is one of the ingredients. So we can go back here and go ahead and hit submit. And we got one of the ingredients. And let's take a look at what clue.txt is. Look around the file system for other ingredients. Okay. So digging around the file system, we want to utilize commands such as like cd for change directory and ls and cat to view the directories, and we may utilize find to just look at text files. So I'll just go into home, which is where the user directories usually are, and we see the Rick user and the Ubuntu user. Um, I'll just do a recursive listing on this with the tag big R and just kind of see everything listed in every single one. So Ubuntu looks like it's nothing really there. In Rick, though, we do have a second ingredient. So if we go into Rick, we can go into cat out second ingredients. And we get one Jerry tier. So we'll go ahead and drop that in there, hit submit. And now we need the final flag or ingredient. And usually this is going to be in the, usually the way they're set, these challenges are set up is we have a challenge in the flag in the user directory, which in this case was Rick, and then the root directory. So if we do an ls in here, we can see root, but we don't have access to that directory yet. So we need to perform some sort of privilege escalation in order to get into this directory. So we can go into, there's automated scripts for this, like linps, but we can go ahead and just see if we can find anything that sticks out. So go through and see what processes are running on the box. Just did the PS. And let's see if we can see anything running that's root. So Python, so Apache. We can go ahead and run, like we did in the first episode, we can go ahead and look for the suid file. So we'll go ahead and pull this line. Spin. So we can go to the GTFO bins, and we can search for some of these. See if screen is for sudo. We'll go ahead and just run. See if our user there has any. There's no password for Rick. I wonder if the Rick password was the same. If we switch user to Rick, we need to be in a TTY, so we can spawn TTY. It's not going to work. Python 3. No password for Rick. Oh, okay. Well, sudo su just worked. So if we exit out, we can do sudo tech l, and we can see that the www data user can run any commands as the root user with providing no password. So this is a vulnerability in the sense if anyone exploited the web server, then they are able to run any commands as root. So in this case, we can just sudo su, which is saying run the command switch user as root, go to the root user, and now we can see we are the root user. So we can go ahead and do ID, verify that, and we can go into the home directory of root, list out it, and we see third.txt. So we can cap that out, and we get the third ingredient. It's fleep juice. So we can go ahead and submit that, and that is everything. So Thanks for tuning in for the second part of the series. If there's anything, if this is going a little too fast, or if you would like to see some more fundamentals going over networking or commands in general, drop in the comments and I'll be willing to go do a video on that. Thanks and have a great day.